This all began in the basement of Winslow's home in 2014, where entrepreneurs, interior designers, creatives came together and said, we want to make fashion important again in St. Louis.
Some of the early conversations that I was part of were right here in this conference room. And at that point, I was just fascinated by the passion of Susan Sherman and the belief in the idea. And we were on board from the get-go.
St. Louis was once a center of manufacturing and design second only to New York City from the turn of the century to the end of World War II. And there's still pockets of manufacturing here, and for the most part, it all dried up. And we hope to bring some of that business back.
You have to build the basic building blocks and foundation first. And St. Louis Fashion Incubator is that anchor piece on this broader narrative about building garment district and bringing that back to life.
I think building the infrastructure to have a central location for production and also sample making in one area will really make a big difference.
When we sent this call out for designers to come here, we basically had our little pamphlet and a couple of us saying we can do this. So this inaugural class of designers who come from all over the country took a chance on us, but they're really reaping the rewards. I mean, we're giving them best business programming and mentorship with really key people on both coasts, and we give them sales support.
The Fashion Fund definitely is necessary to fashion in general, especially for, incubating emerging talent and giving them the proper tools and resources to elevate their businesses to the next level.
Because we want them to succeed, and we want them to stay in St. Louis and grow their businesses here. So it wasn't a hard sell for St. Louis. When people came here, they fell in love with the city.
Desiring to be an entrepreneur and a designer that also wants a balance of a family and community and friends. And I think that that's accessible here in St. Louis. My boyfriend actually ended up moving with me and working in the tech industry here. And I think long-term it was a very it was our dream, it was like best of both.
So I love the fact that our inaugural class, they also know that they serve as ambassadors for the city. When people walk these blocks and look at the old buildings and see the spaces, they become very energized of what the possibilities can be.
And the idea there is to build a whole ecosystem of related professionals and industries that are within that domain. It includes fashion designers directly, but all the other related professions. So creative professionals such as videographers, photographers, graphic designers. I will include architects, interior designers, advertising and marketing professionals.
I think the most important thing is that, I'm really creating relationships with other designers, but also learning from the other designers.
On behalf of the St. Louis Fashion Fund, I'd love to thank the Arts and Education Council, our incredible board of directors, our generous funders, and the amazing designers in our inaugural class, and the staff of the St. Louis Fashion Fund. Thank you all for making this possible.